In a world where change is the only constant, Choumil stands at the forefront, guiding title professionals to not just grow their businesses, but to master the art of innovation. With every episode, you're handed the keys to unlock unparalleled growth and stay ahead of the curve. Get ready for a transformative journey.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Title Agents Podcast. I am your host, Choumil, CEO of Alltech National Title. Today, I'll have our regular guest, Hope Ottoviani, the COO of Alltech National. Hello, Hope.
Hi, everybody.
This is one of those AI Corner episodes. We're going to share with you what we're doing here at Alltech National and the ATG title. We recently, about a month ago, maybe less, rolled out. I'm a big believer, and Hope is a big believer as well in Claude. It's Anthropic Claude. We talked about different LLMs, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, Perplexity. There's so many of them, but Claude is definitely so far is the brightest, smartest, and the one we're going with moving forward. And recently we rolled out Claude Team. It's an enterprise platform. It's closed environments for our company. So Hope. Want to talk about AI initiative and rolling Claude Team to company-wide?
Yeah. And it all started with a meeting with our leadership team on how we were going to implement what we wanted to do through Claude, right? Through AI. So first we had the meeting. We chose the platform that we wanted to use. We got the enterprise closed environment. And then we first created this shared project. And that's called the AI rollout, how we're going to implement it, the steps, the deliverables. And then I was able to take all those deliverables over the next 6 weeks and auto import them into my calendar so I could hold myself accountable. And then from there, we just broke it into chunks. Just like Mo says, how you eat an elephant, you break it into chunks. Because if you look at it as a huge, everything on one page, it gets overwhelming. People lose interest and then they go on to something else. So the way we were able to succeed so far is just break it into chunks. And that's what we did. We broke it into chunks, or AKA our projects, our shared environments. So we are currently still building this, still refining and retuning, but this is the rollout plan. I've got my deliverables, and then every week we just consistently do training, touch points, maintain those communications with all your departments, and then tell them the vision. If you don't tell the people the why or the vision or what you're planning, they're not going to buy in. They're not going to have interest.
To all of you that are either managers or company owners, that the proper and the only way to really roll out AI initiatives is start from the top. I've been talking about AI for the last 3 years, and I'm a big advocate and the positive power of AI. And I'm very blessed and lucky to have an amazing COO, Hope Ottoviani, kind of just to really suck all that in my energy in, and another big advocate. So it has to start from the top. So I started first, got really my feet deeply in the weeds, and I've been coding. I'm a coder now. It's just a joke around. I'm becoming a nerd.
Yeah.
Nothing against all the nerds out there. We love you, but I'm becoming one of you. So and literally kind of teaching gradually. It's a massive fire hose, and it's just so much information, so much change, just so many updates. And it started off from the top. Like, we rolled it out to our leadership team, regional managers. Next is the sales team, and then the operation team.
That's so true. You got to start with the leadership, because you got to get their buy-in first, because then they will waterfall in effect to their regions, their departments, and their teams. That way, it's not just on me and Mo, who were huge advocates and energized about it. We're getting other people energized so that they can energize their teams, and it doesn't seem as overwhelming. So we did our rollout plan. We set our outline, right? We started with the leadership. That's great. The next step is to build the projects and the departments.
So what is a project?
So a project is a shared environment that you can invite certain departments to, feed it. It's kind of like the AI brain, if you will. Feed it your core values, your context, if you will. Maybe that department's SOPs, processes, your company, the way you guys communicate and conversate. So that's what we did. Is we first started each project. I titled it, and then I started feeding the brain with all the SOPs that I've ever had over the 15 years I've been here. I refined them, I finalized them, I updated them, and then I put those final versions into each project. So
So
as
what
you
do
can
you
see,
have here? You're financial accountant. So
yep. So let's run through them. So I've got, the outline, of course, the AI company rollout. And then from there, we have finance and accounting. We've got title examinations for our title officers, post closing and funding, HR and people operations, compliance and legal, processing or escrow officers, sales and business development, marketing and content, and leadership and strategy. And we may have more. We may build. We may refine, retune, like we always say. But from here, this is kind of our framework. We've already added like leadership and strategy. We've if you scroll down, as you can see, we have all of our brain, and it's not even completely, it's 5% capacity use. So you can kind of see you're feeding the brain, you're giving it the information, and then from there you're able to build artifacts, build projects, share it with other team departments, and then they can kind of utilize it and build projects too. So it's a whole project we're building out. We're just 30 days in, but you can see the framework, and we're taking. And I want to be, transparent. We use Microsoft OneDrive right now, and Mo, I know, does not like it. It's just not friendly. So we're using that OneDrive and just making it AI native. We're taking all that information that we've been saving for years and then putting it in here so that if I have a question on a specific domain or department, I just go to that domain and I ask the question. What's the exception for Wisconsin and transfer on debt? And you can ask it because we're feeding the brain with the underwriter manual, the information, the title GPT. So you're feeding each of those projects with the information. And then from there, your team should be able to log in and just ask AI questions and it'll be able to answer for them. So that's where we are right now.
yeah, and we've forgot to mention the first step when setting up the whole Claude team. Yeah, you start off with it's called the master memory file or constitution or whatever you want to name it.
Yeah.
And literally, we put our company history, our strategies, our goals, our values, fed as much information about key the leadership team, and it's all this massive 3 or 4 page document with as much information as possible about a company, so it has a context. So we also has the RESPA guidelines, RESPA rules. So when people are asking questions, trying to do something, it always has that RESPA rule in mind. So it really kind of has some massive guardrails, so people don't go kind of go outside the box. And from there, when you create that master file, then you create projects, but you really have to start from the top, that master file, the master memory file. And the projects we have here, the files that Hope showed, they're nothing but a memory file. So it's called MD or Markdown file. It's basically it's a text document instead of a Word document. You use a text document. It's just terms you need to get used to: MD files and Markdown file. And it just if you go to examination, click on. So it just has a bunch of documents, has a lot of information. That's what it uses on top of the language model knowledge base of title insurance, escrow, rules, regulation. It has a kind of this universal knowledge that it learned on, like LLMs were built, then now as our additional kind of customs and rules and guidelines and underwriters guidelines. So just kind of, it's really very specific to that project.
Mo, if I was an outside company COO, how did you start that index file? Because that's what I want to know. Did you just open up a chat box one day and feed it the information that gave you that index file? Like, how did you start that process?
One of the prior episodes on the AI Corner, we talk about prompting. And it's all about context. Like, it's the most important thing, how you prompt it. They say the garbage in, garbage out. If you ask kind of a vague question or vague something, like it just gives you vague information. That's why people kind of get discouraged. They're like, oh, it's useless. Yeah. But it's literally like, now if you want to email me, I can literally send you a prompt, like direct prompt. It's a mo@alltechnational.com or hope@alltechnational.com. We can literally show you exactly how to go through that process, which is very, very key. It's foundational if you want to use AI properly. And the beauty of it, if you switch platform, let's say we're big on Claude. And what I always say, like, the next best thing comes up.
We'll move.
But so having those master files, those are transportable. You can transport that information from one platform to another. And I personally, and as I tell you, Hope, I'm using all of them, like Gemini, Grok, OpenAI,
Wow.
Perplexity, and they're all paid subscription. Like I have a personal account, but this is the business account. I use all of them for different reasons. They all have my master file. When hey, this is it knows me exactly off the bat. Kind of when we sign up, it knows me exactly to my core.
Yeah. Yep. And so every project that I start, if I started a new project today, the first file that I'm uploading is that master context file that Mo and I have built that gives you the core values, the context of your company, what you do, the why, the purpose.
Yeah. And the Ask All Tech button to the left has a knowledge base by the company for employees and team members to ask different questions about HR, about all company knowledge.
Yeah.
It's a cool, we ask whatever type of company you are. A great, I don't know if you, I know the big underwriters, the big companies have this kind of knowledge base or intranet inside their portals, whatever. So this is kind of really democratizing having like your own intranet with closed environment. We have so employees and team members can find information a lot quicker and more efficiently instead of trying to log in so many pages to find this. Like, hey, what's my pay? What's my whatever that is.
That's always been the problem for a leader. Everybody comes to me. I mean, we have 80 employees. Everybody comes to me and asking questions. What's our PTO calendar? What date are we off for the holiday? It's just simple questions that are just flooding my inbox. They could easily just go to Ask All Tech because the information's there, and then they'll get a quicker response versus having to wait for me, who I'm doing several other things. I mean, I could ask them until later in the day. So this is going to cut time, communication.
Anything you want to add in this episode, say a high level as far as Claude implementation?
No, I just start now. I mean, AI is so dynamic and changes faster than I can think. And if you can't put it off, I'll get to it in the spring, or I'll get to it in the summer. You have to start now. You're already behind, right? So don't wait. Just spend an hour or so setting up that outline, like how we did. We had a company meeting. We got together and we set out the framework, and then you just need that implementer to kind of put it into motion. So I think that's what you just have to do is start now.
Well, the best analogy, hopefully this will get through to you if you're kind of hesitant or not sure. Would you not use the internet today? You can't live without internet.
Google
there is literally, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. It will be like a year from now, 2 years from now, you cannot live without using AI across the board. So either jump on the bandwagon and adopt it early and succeed, or be left behind. Literally, we'd be left behind.
Yeah. Raise yourself up.
Well, thank you, Hope. And until next episode, we're going to dig deeper into Claude and some of the dashboards, workflows Hope is using. Until next time, have a wonderful day.
Bye.
In a world where change is the only constant, Choumil stands at the forefront, guiding title professionals to not just grow their businesses, but to master the art of innovation. With every episode, you're handed the keys to unlock unparalleled growth and stay ahead of the curve. Get ready for a transformative journey